What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap, where we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Happy Friday to everyone. Today I wanted to come on and speak about the topic of how the narcissist gets their spiritual hooks into the empath. Energetic hooks. They hook you into your energy centers. They get their hooks into you. And they drain you like a vampire. So when the narcissist comes in your life, right? They come into your life on the white horse, the knight in shining armor, their wedding band in their pocket, the roses in one hand, and a bottle of wine in the other. And if she's a female narcissist, she comes dressed all sexy or beautiful. She comes smelling good. She comes cooking for you and offering you her energetic exchange of sexual energy. Giving you that exchange whenever you want it, telling you how wonderful you are, how she's never had a man like you. She's never had a man treat her like you. She may give you a couple of sob stories about her ex and how horrible they were and how much better you are to her. He may come and tell you how horrible his ex-wife was. He may tell you stuff like he's known you in a previous life. He doesn't know the space and time, but something in his heart just knows that he's known you in a previous life, and then hand you a dozen roses. Oh, these characters are good, honey. The love bombing phase is the best thing they got going. That's their best card. Because that's how they get you hooked in. And you feel amazing. No one's ever treated me like this before. Wow, this feels good. Finally, the love of my life is here. And they may do that for a period of 90 days even. Depending on how smart you are. If they pick up on the fact that you're one of the smart ones, they'll extend it to 90 days, you know. But if you're not real quick on your feet, it might last 2 weeks and then the abuse starts. When I say smart, I don't mean intellectually smart or book smart. I mean spiritually smart, how spiritually in tune you are. So if you're not really in tune, your third eye's not really open yet, right? They might do it maybe 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, and then the abuse starts. So what they're doing is they're giving you a taste of what life could be like. They're giving you a taste of what they know 99.9% of women or men have simply just not experienced. And the reason 99.9% of women or men have not experienced it is because it's not real. Real relationships take time. Yeah. Real relationships are like, hey, let's go for a walk in the park. Let's have some coffee, right? It might be something like that. Or it kind of gets, you know, it's slow. It's a slow process. But when a narcissist comes, the first red flag of a narcissist is everything's moving really, really fast. And everything's grandiose and everything's perfect. And you're just like, whoa, this is amazing. I can't believe this. Maybe all of my hard work is paying off. Slow down. Take your time. I'm here to let you know that 9 times out of 10, that's probably not the case. The narcissist has come into your life after all the work that you've done as a final test, or at the beginning. It's throughout the empath's journey, right? By the time you're able to see it, it's that final test. So they come into your life and they love bomb you, give you everything that you want. And you feel great. You're at work telling all your friends how you met the one. And they're going around telling everybody about you because right now you're in the grandiose phase where everything is good about you. And so the narcissist needs you to be a part of their fantasy in order for it to work. If you're not a part of their fantasy, they can't do anything to you. Now, I'm going to come back around to that. So what happens is you feel great. You're at work and you're feeling good. You're showing people friends. You're showing all your friends pictures of you and him and how happy you are and so forth and so on. It's a spiritual humiliation ritual, being with a narcissist. Then all of a sudden you start feeling drained. You start feeling confused and foggy. You forget what you're speaking about in mid-sentence. You're speaking to the narcissist and you're trying to explain what happened to your day, and in mid-sentence you just forget what you're speaking about. You start having foggy thinking and confusion. You're off track with your goals. Now, when you met the narcissist, you had goals. You wanted to start your business. You wanted to get promoted at work. You had workout goals. You wanted to lose so much weight, or you wanted to gain so much muscle. You had financial goals. You wanted to get your financial affairs in order. You were on a healthy diet. You had hobbies. You had friends. Now all of a sudden you don't have any interest in your hobbies. You don't want to go do the things you were doing. The narcissist has implanted themselves in that. So if you liked working out, all of a sudden they want to go to the gym and work out with you. They've implanted their energy in that. Or if you like going bowling, all of a sudden they want to go bowling with you. They implant their energy in that. Or if you like going to pottery class, they want to do that too. They embed their energy in every aspect of your life. They want to show up to your job with roses. They're embedding their energy. What they're doing is they're implanting seeds of energy, sucking spiritual. It's a spiritual thing where they want to be a part of everything. They become a part of everything that you're doing. And they suck the life out of it. They're feeding on every aspect of your life. You start missing opportunities. Before you met the narcissist, you felt blessed. You felt lucky. You felt like that everything you put your hands to turns to gold. Now, all of a sudden, everything you touch is failing. You loved your job. You worked hard to get that job. Now, all of a sudden, I don't know if I want to be at this job anymore. It's getting overwhelming. Wherever the narcissist goes, trouble follows. And if you're involved with this narcissist, if you're entwined with this narcissistic energy, then that trouble that follows the narcissist now follows you. You take on their karmic path. Everything starts falling apart. You start getting headaches, tension headaches. Like, golly, I've never gotten headaches before. What's going on? Like I said, you start becoming forgetful. You start overthinking, overanalyzing, worrying. A lot of doubt and confusion comes into your life. And you start feeling obligated to the narcissist. Because what they're doing is it's a spiritual humiliation ritual where they are taking your life force energetically. Like a vampire drinks blood. They're feeding on your energy. Some people call them energy vampires. So now wherever you go, trouble follows. And you can't figure it out. Everything was going so well. Now all of a sudden, it's not so much. Your money starts dwindling. Your energy is dwindling. You start aging. You start looking older. You start gaining weight. Every time you come around the narcissist, you get really tired and drained. You know, before, when you came around the narcissist, you felt life and excited. Because they were love bombing you. They were giving you everything that you ever wanted. Little did you know that there was a price to pay for that. So the unhealed empath goes about their way, right? And what they're unconsciously doing is that they're hoping, that they're remembering that first 2 weeks or that first 90 days of how the narcissist treated them so lovely. So the way I'm feeling couldn't be him. He's such an awesome person. Now the love bombing has stopped, but every once in a while they'll give you a little taste of it. You want to go out to eat? I can see you're not feeling well. They'll give you a little taste of the love bombing. They might bring flowers to wherever you go out to dinner. They might take you to some fancy high-priced restaurant or something. Get dressed. I can tell you're not feeling well. I can tell that you're a little under the weather. So yeah, go get dressed. Let's go out to eat. Again, feeding on your energy. Those events happen less and less and less and less and less. And so the empath is constantly, unconsciously in their mind. They know that the relationship is not what it is, that now the job is not what it is. They've lost their hobbies. They've lost their friends. They've lost their interests. They even want to quit their job and sometimes do quit their job. And all of a sudden they look up and it's just them and the narcissist. And so then they're like hoping, because remember at the beginning, the narcissist put it in your head that this is what life is. This is who they are. And so the empath is hoping to get back to that. The problem with that is that was the mask. What the empath is seeing now, when they're having sleep disturbances and their head is pounding and they're overthinking and they're having mood swings, that's the real person. That's the narcissist. But the empath wants to get back to that love bombing. And how the narcissist extends this energy drainage is that they give them a little glimpse of that love bombing every now and again. Usually when the narcissist has been out cheating on you, he or she will come back with grandiose love bombing. It's not guilt or shame. It's just making sure that they have the one that they just left and that the one, their primary source of energy, is still good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You get around the narcissist, you're always yawning and all of a sudden you're tired. That's because they're stuck in the life force side. I don't care if this is a friend. I don't care if this is a lover. I don't care if this is a family member. If you get around someone and you all of a sudden you're taking these deep yawns like, oh, all of a sudden I'm tired. They're vaping your energy. Ask yourself when you leave the presence of a narcissist, any type of narcissist, are you lighter or are you heavier? Mm-hmm. Is your energy restored or depleted? Because when the relationship is healthy, there's an energetic exchange. The conversation is healthy. It's like the six of pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. There's reciprocity. The flow of energy is back and forth. It's a beautiful conversation. And when you have that type of conversation, you leave that conversation restored and uplifted. Mm-hmm. If you leave the conversation and you're depleted, you were 9 times out of 10 with a narcissist. Now, sometimes people are going through things and you hold space for them and you consciously know that you were giving them their energy because they needed it at the time, and that's someone that you love and care for. But you got to be careful. Mm-hmm. I've loved and cared for many a narc. But sometimes you're aware of what's happening. And so then you go recover yourself. Some ways to recover your energy back is carbohydrates. Oh, that's another sign. If you leave a conversation or an encounter with a narcissist, when you leave, you could be doing Atkins or what is it, the keto diet. You could be doing like a low carb diet or whatever. But when you leave a narcissist, all of a sudden you're craving a bagel or a donut. You have to have carbohydrates and sugar. They're like parasites. Mm-hmm. And so you have to have a carbohydrate. You're like, dang, what? I never eat bagels. Why am I craving a bagel? But you have to have that bagel or that donut or that croissant or whatever. You have to have some type of carbohydrate because your spirit is trying to recover Carbohydrates are like gas, that gives you like energy. There was a saying in the military before we took our physical fitness test. The night before, I would eat pasta because pasta makes you faster. I had it in my head that if I ate pasta the night before, that I would run faster on my PT test the next day, because carbohydrates give you energy. And so when you leave the presence of a narcissist, you may have a serious craving of carbohydrates. So you may go to the places where you used to go and people were happy to see you. Hey, girl, what's going on? And now you go and they shrink back because you're carrying the energy of that narcissist. You're taking on they're sucking the light out of you and they're giving you their darkness. Now you're walking around confused, disoriented, lost track of your goals, lost track of your spiritual practice. You don't even go to church anymore. You don't meditate no more. You don't do yoga. You may even stop going to counseling. They drop these little hints of how you don't need to do that anymore. Or they'll start trouble and say, hey, your girlfriend, yeah, I don't know about her. Whole time it's them. Your girl walks by and put her hand on my lower back. Whole time it's them triangulating you with your girlfriends. So they use the love bombing phase to suck you in, right? They give you a taste of what the good life might look like or looks like. It's not real. It's a fantasy. They need you to be a part of the fantasy. They need you to fall into your role. Oh my God, he got me a ring. Oh my God, he got me roses. Oh my God, he bought me the best wine. He takes me to the best restaurants. We get dressed up and we go everywhere. Oh my God. They need your participation. Listen, empath, without your participation, the narcissist does not have a job. They have to go find somebody else to do it. So I have a story. This story is about two twin sisters. One was a narcissist and one was an empath. Right? Now they came back into this realm under the contract of the agreement that one would be a narcissist and one would be an empath. Identical. They looked exactly alike. Not the most attractive twins, I might add, but they looked exactly alike, And they would dress up alike and everything like twins do. They twinning. And that would be cute. But when you really looked at them, they were some ugly twins. But anywho, we're talking about spiritual, not physical. Excuse me, I digress. So anyways, these twins, one was a narcissist and one was an empath. And I could clearly see which one was the narcissist and which one was the empath. And the empath came to me and said, I would like for you to hold space for me and my sister because I would like my sister to heal. But first the empath came to me and I held space for her. And then she was excited about the work that had been completed. And she went back and got her sister and said, hey, you got to come do this work with me, And so then she asked me if, her sister could be a part of the healing process. And I said, sure, she was so excited. She was like, oh, my sister's going to be able to heal now. And I thought, oh, that's nice. I'm happy for her. Well, when she brought the sister around, I could clearly see that the sister was a narc and that the empath was the one trying to heal the narcissist. But the narcissist was here to stop her journey. Whenever they were together and the empath would try to speak, right? If the narcissist was around, she would stutter. She couldn't get out what she was trying to say. I asked her to lead a ceremony, a cacao ceremony, and would she be able to do that? And she said, sure, I'll be able to do that. The girl couldn't get the words out because the narcissist was sitting to her left and I could visually see her sucking on her throat chakra, shutting it down, blocking it. The girl was stuttering. I lit a little sage and broke the energetic attachment that I could see with my mind's eye. And she finally got through through the ceremonial process of speaking about the cacao, which is a sacred chocolate. You know? But anyways, that's an example of the narcissist sucking the energy from you. They might see you speaking about something that you love, that you're excited about. They'll start sucking it out of your throat chakra. You might say something, oh, I just love my job. They'll start sucking it out of your heart chakra. They want that love that you have for your job. They want that passion that you have for your hobby. You're good at sports and you're using your solar plexus. You're really good at sports. They'll start sucking that energy out. They deplete you slowly but surely, leaving you with nothing but a hollow shell, which is what they were when they walked into your life. And now when they leave, you have to rebuild yourself. You know, the spiritual practices you have to do. So how can you protect yourself from this thing? Slowly disengage. Slowly disengage, whether this is somebody you're intimate with or a friend or a family member. Slowly disengage. And as we always speak about your salt baths, taking your salt baths and things of that sort, clearing out your house, it's going to take a minute to get this kind of energy off of you, because like I said, they have energetic hooks within your energy centers. They've hooked into it and now they're feeding on it. It's like being hooked up to an IV. You're the IV. And they're being hydrated with your energy. I'm telling you, this is real stuff. This happens. So you want to consciously disconnect and gradually move away from them. Yeah. You want to distance yourself. When you're around them, put your headphones on. Listen to your music. What do you listen to? Oh, I'm just listening to some music. Block them out. That's if you have to be around them, like they're in your job or they are, God forbid, you moved in with this person or something. And you put your headphones on so you can just block them out. Some things that narcissists absolutely despise, y'all. They despise them. They despise mirrors. That's why you see me with the mirror around my neck at all times. I don't wear it always, but most times, yeah. They despise mirrors. They despise eyes. Wear an eye around your neck or on your wrist or on your finger. I often do this when I'm talking to a narcissist. To let them know that I see you. They hate being seen. Having the eye of protection, hang the eye of protection all around your house. They hate that. I'll show you a couple of things that I have here. I got this one in Turkey when I just traveled there recently. This one I hang at my front door. So as soon as they try to come in, they see it. They don't come in here, but yeah. I got this little bottle here. I got this one for my grandson. We're going to make some necklaces or something. He loves the eye of protection. And I have this little pyramid here that I got from a local metaphysics store. Narcissists hate eyes. Yeah, it makes them uneasy. You'll hear them say, I don't like that. And if you hear them say that, run. They hate eyes. Let me tell you something. They don't care about your crosses. They don't care about your Star of Davids. They don't care about anything that you wear religious. They've already mastered that. They'll just mimic that. People say, oh no, I don't really mess with magic. You don't have to mess with magic. You're doing magic every day. Speaking is casting spell. You speak, yeah, but that's a whole nother story. So the spiritual vampires will drain the life out of you. Things that they hate. They hate to be seen. This is called the eye of protection for a reason. Narcissists hate eyes. So wear eyes. Wear a shirt with eyes on it. Start doing that. Watch them squirm. You done messed up and moved in with the narcissist. Start wearing shirts with eyes on it. Anything with eyes, they hate it. And they'll distance themselves from you. And then you go back through calling back your energy. It's a long process of clearing the energy of a narcissist off of your body and out of your spirit. Like I said, it's a spiritual humiliation ritual where they feed on you, where they connect up to you like you're an IV. And they take your life, and then you take on their darkness, the confusion, the sleeping disorders, the mood swings, the angry outburst, the confusion, the overthinking, the wanting to quit your job, the wanting to quit your hobbies. Yep, that's what they do to you. So I don't want to go around in circles. A lot of times I'm repetitive. The reason I'm repetitive is because I have followers that follow me all the time, but then every day I have new subscribers, yeah? And so a lot of the repetitiveness is for them, right? Well, thank you for tuning into my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. If you like my energy, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe drop a comment, yeah? Maybe drop the eye of protection down there. And if you're really feeling my vibe, don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you know the next time I upload. It's called reciprocity. When someone gives you something, you give back, yeah? And reciprocity is good karma. We'll see you next time here on Closing the Gap. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy your weekend.